You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Welcome to the big show, my family and friends. We certainly appreciate you. Thanks for being here at the big show. And as always, for the show to your family, friends, and relatives, go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, youtube.com/Chris Voss, linkedin.com/Chris Voss. Subscribe to that LinkedIn newsletter. That thing grows like a weed. It's crazy over there in the big 130,000 LinkedIn group as well. Go see us on TikTok, the ticky-talky thing where the kids are at. We're trying to be over there, but we're a little old, and we're a little too serious for them, too. They're like, what is all this highbrow smart shit? You're talking to billionaires and people that have intelligence. We just want to watch videos that make you drool out the side of your face, which is pretty much what I do on TikTok, too, because it's addicting. Stay away from it if you haven't gotten into that heroin yet. Hey, guys, we have an amazing gentleman on the show. We're going to talk about his amazing company, because that's what we do on here. We invite these brilliant guests. We put in the Google machine, brilliant guests, and they just come on the show, and they make the show look amazing, because they're the only intelligent one here usually. You've seen my movie for 14 years. Anyway, guys, he is from a company called Elecosoft. And Elecosoft is a pretty interesting organization. We're talking about everything that they do and how they do it, and business in and of itself. David Hernandez is the head of U.S. operations. He's joining us today, and he's a specialist, or his company, and him probably, I don't really imagine if he's hanging out with the company, right? He's a specialist to provider of software and related services to the built environment, based in Austin, Texas. Oh my God, those ribs. Their company's U.S. operation offers a software portfolio that is used during early planning stages through to construction and facilities management, driving the performance and day-to-day operations of the customer's business. He's been involved in the commercial construction industry for years and brings diversified experience to his role at Elecosoft. Previously, he was the head of sales at CMOD. Where do you guys get these names? By Built Safety LLC, where he helped companies with custom training, digitize safety plans and inspections, ensuring OSHA standards. I know what OSHA is. We're up to date, and improving workflow to enhance accountability and via the web and mobile software platform. Welcome to the show, Dave. How are you?
Doing good. I had to bring you with me. You're like a hype man. I love it.
I am. That's what we do. We give hype, and then we add a little bit of flavor to the bios, and sometimes they're funny, and sometimes people sue me after the show. What did you do to my bio? Anyway, man, give us your .com so people can find you on the internet, please.
So it's elecosoft.com, and it's ELECOSOFT.com. Yes, Elecosoft.
Elecosoft. And those of you listening in the audience, because most of the people pull this on audio, you've got to watch the video, because he has an epic beard. An epic is in like bold, shifted up face, whatever the hell it is. I flunked English. You must see his beard, because he's basically two people on the show. There's him and his beard. So we have two guests, as it were. So Dave,
that's okay. I actually get that. Yeah, we're trying to promote the beard. I love it.
Yeah, he said, his writer said, though, don't ask to touch the beard. That's off limits. So just so everyone knows, don't ask Dave to touch his beard. Only his wife gets away with that, evidently. And even then, I'm not sure about that, because he's married. So it's a married joke right there. So Dave, tell us about overview what this company is about and what you guys do there.
So I think most construction companies will probably know it as ASTA. It was kind of the legacy name was ASTA prior to being Elecosoft. So it's planning and scheduling software primarily. Probably I would say probably one of the most important pieces of a construction project is making sure that it's scheduled properly. So we've digitized that, and we've been around 40 years now. U.S. presence little over 11 years.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, and they're a company that's based out of the UK, right?
Corporate headquarters out of the UK, but each business unit, we're our own standing entity, so we're a US based entity.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they basically have been around for 11 presidents and one queen.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that funny how long she lived through so many people? It's crazy.
Long time.
Good for her, man. I would hope to live that long. She's just been living over there going, another one of these idiots coming over here, these American presidents. Yeah. Anyway, just a joke there. I'll get sued probably by some American president. Okay. Are any still alive? Anyway, yeah. So do you guys handle mostly commercial, residential, or both?
So primarily commercial construction, probably more on the general contractor side, because they're the ones that drive the schedule. There are some subcontractors or trade partners if they act as a prime, like maybe a mechanical engineering, mechanical or plumbing. They probably do, but primarily commercial general contractors.
There you go. So how did you get in this business? Tell us a little bit of origin story about you. What led you down this pathway to specialize in this field?
So I grew up in a construction family, and like most people who grew up in a construction family, the parents said, go to school, don't get in this industry, go, be a doctor or a lawyer. Didn't want to. I ended up following sales, but all along did construction, remodeling. And then I ran my own construction company. Well, I partnered with somebody. We ran a construction company here in Houston. I loved the industry, but I got tired of wearing the hard hat and kind of running the operations side. I thought I would just kind of retire. My wife said, nope, you're going back to work. So then I fell into construction tech. So construction tech was my retirement plan, I guess.
There you go. And tell us, where was the Beard born, and where did the Beard grow up in his origin story?
Beard was born 2019. Yeah, so
2019. Oh, there you go. Well,
it worked well because COVID was locked down, so I didn't have to worry about this. I could kind of let it grow a little crazy, and then after I started going out again, I cleaned it up a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, well, it's crazy, man. I've seen these guys. I mean, if you can grow a good beard, man, I mean, you got your testosterone going, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Especially at men our age. So, basically, you guys do all major construction projects and help them develop their schedule. Why are schedules important? Why does that make a big deal?
Well, I think that's the primary driver of project failure. I think is poor scheduling, poor planning, whether it's resources or just being able to kind of manage the actual day to day. So we try to be scalable, whether it's a small project or a major project. So I think it's pretty important, to know what you're going to be doing, not only today, but what are you doing in the next couple of weeks so that you can plan properly.
Planning. I've heard that's a good thing when it comes to business. One of the things about the construction business when you're building stuff is there's so many different vendors and subcontractors and so many moving parts, as it were, right? Where you have to, you've got all sorts of different things going on. You've got Bob who's going to come put the nails in, and the other Bob who's got to show up and do the inspection, and everyone's got to do it according to plan, or overruns can cost you a lot of money, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. And I think there's also a differentiator between planning and scheduling. And I think a lot of people will say scheduling, but planning is much broader. And I think that's probably a weak spot within some of the construction industry is they just hire schedulers. And it needs to kind of be more of a planning mindset. Like overall, how are we gonna do this?
And probably planning is important too, because I know that sometimes if Bob doesn't come in and put the nails in, then the inspector shows up and goes, "Hey, Bob didn't put the nails in," and then they're like, "Yeah, well, Bob will be back tomorrow," and the inspector's like, "Yeah, but I won't be back for 3 months, so have fun with that." Yeah. Right. And it can, just one sort of wrench can throw all the gears out of whack. Right.
Yeah. And you look at the industry as a whole, they struggle with whether it's labor shortages, you mentioned cost overruns, just budgeting. If that's not planned properly for, whatever reason, your project can shut down, and the cost of a project shutdown per day could be exponential for a company. It could put a company out of business.
There you go. So I see some different names of the software. Tell us about what you guys offer and provide in the way of software and what it does.
So the Power Project is our kind of our core product. That's the planning and scheduling software. We've launched Vision, which is a complementary product to Power Project, which is our business intelligence. It's the data that lives in the planning and scheduling software. And then we've launched a new product called Connect, which is pool planning. So so the plan, you have the planning and scheduling piece, and then now we have the execution, and that's the Connect piece where you've got trade partners. Here's our look ahead for the next couple of weeks, and being able to digitize that process. Right now, it's being done by sticky notes on pretty much. Yeah,
the wind blows and the sticky notes go out the thing. Hey, and then evidently you can use a mobile app to work on the thing live if you're at a job site. Is that correct?
Correct. So we have Site Progress Mobile, which is more for your foremen and superintendents to just update progress. Typically, they can take a photo, send it back to the scheduler. This has been done. It's 40% completed or it's 100% completed. They can then update it. Typically helps with pay apps too. It's nice to get paid when you completion.
So you can pay your subcontractors through it?
Well, you could I'm talking about just capturing the progress so you can submit your pay apps to get paid.
Oh, okay.
We don't have that yet. It's coming.
Oh, okay. So it's not integrated there, but if you want to get paid, you gotta, hey, you should probably put your stuff in there and rock and roll, right? Yeah, keep track of it. That's always important. I always find, because if you don't, then you don't get paid. My dad grew up in the subcontracting business in stucco, and half the time trying to get paid was a fun project. So there's that. So what else do we need to know about this? What makes you guys kind of unique in the area of this type of software and how you guys service? Where do you guys stand out from other vendors that might compete with you?
So I think we stand out in a couple of ways. One, our product alone, I think is, I'm biased, I guess, but our product functionality is superior. Ease of use. It's a familiar looking product. So there's a couple players in the market, but typically Microsoft Project and Primavera P6 are kind of competitors. They ease of use is second to none. Functionality, you can, like I said, customizable from if you're building just a single custom home or a $4 billion airport project, and anything in between. So our functionality is pretty robust. The data intelligence, the business intelligence piece, really I think brings a different level. And then I think our team, we look at it from more of a problem finding solution. We want to be involved in the industry. We want to make sure that we're helping the industry. So we try to bring in industry experts. And even if our product solution doesn't make sense, we want to have that conversation to help them with processes and overall just making the industry a little better. So I think we approach it a little differently.
And it looks like people can use your software around the world. I'm seeing some posts here about different places in the world that people are using your software as well.
Correct. Yep. It's used now. Obviously, the U.S. We're in pretty much all of Europe, Germany, Australia, Sweden. Yeah, it's all around the world.
There you go. Well, it's being used a lot then. You can either buy a subscription around if your guys' website, or you can get a 14-day free trial. Sign up for that as well. There you go. I think I've got trying to come up with a local home business building joke, and I can't find one, so that's going to have to be the laughter point. The laughter point. I need to remember that. But yeah, I've got to, put up a shower curtain. So I probably should free trial the system so I can make sure.
Possibly. Make sure you schedule the steps properly. Yep.
I probably have to. Otherwise, that shower is going to burn down. Because if you ever see me try and handle tools, like my business partners back in the day, I try and help them build desks and different things around the office. They'd be like, no, get away from you. You're one of those people that don't be around tools. Yeah. I guess I'm kind of a tool that way. But
you need your little drum set in.
I do, but it's my jokes are bad enough as they are. They don't. If I put on a drum thing, a snare crash, people would be like, seriously? I mean, the joke was bad enough as it is. But we've all been there. We've all tried to put the shower curtain and burn down the house, right? Is it just me? So you guys do this. The software is available around the world. I see some different terms here that I'm not really sure about. So there's project scheduling and 4D BIM integration, BIM. What is that?
So 4D is the software is the technology of taking a 3D BIM model, which is the 3D models that typically they take that technology and put it into the scheduling software. We've actually kind of tried to turn the industry on its head a little bit by starting with the model first. So grabbing that 4D model, putting it into the software and actually letting the software build a schedule from the 4D model and the data that's in there. And it's actually been it's probably one of our best features. It's pretty cool.
I'm seeing it on the site here. Holy crap a moly.
I think in the US, our customers that we have a conversation with, they're like, yeah, we want to get into doing BIM and more 3D and 4D, but we have to hire a specialist. You don't have to do that with Power Project. It's integrated into the system. You can build the 3D models from there. You can transfer in the IFC files. I mean, it's pretty slick.
Plus, you can probably spin these around, right? So
there's animation in it.
And it looks like it shows the different stages of things being built. Like I'm seeing a central construct sort of thing, and they're building the levels.
Yes, it does. And
there you go.
And it helps you if you can take it from a model to schedule. We had a customer who actually did that, and they had a project that was slated for 18 months or for 12 months, excuse me. And then when they put it into the schedule system, it actually turned out to be an 18-month project.
Mm-hmm.
They had everything printed out. They showed the owner. The owner, they challenged it. They couldn't find anything wrong with it and said, you know what, you're right, it's 18 months. So they saved the customer 6 months of change orders over this project. And that was a ridiculous amount of money that was saved for this customer.
I can imagine.
Just by doing it that way. It was actually pretty cool. It's actually the start of this, what we call active 4D.
There you go.
Process.
Now you just need to get integrated with that new Apple thing, and people have that $3,500 headset and go, wow, look at this.
I literally sent that to my innovation team yesterday.
So, serious?
We've got to figure out a way to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could, it'd be cool is if you could walk around if you walk around the building with those things in like your virtual building, and you could be like, whoa, okay. I saw something really cool the other day. It was on TikTok, I think. And these guys had like a gymnasium they'd set it up in, because I could see the basketball hoops. But basically, they had all these things on the roof that would spray down a model, and you could see like basically the blueprint of a home, a residential home, and it even had like a welcome mat up front, and you could basically be down there with the customer. And the customer could literally walk through a scale version, just the flat part of their home, and get a sense or feel of the walkthrough on it. Like, okay, 3 feet down, you turn here, and there's a bedroom here, and there's a bathroom there. And I thought that was pretty freaking amazing. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. Augmented reality is what they call that. And it's taking hold across most construction industries already. There are plenty of companies that do that. So that's kind of another add-on is we love partnering with that. We don't do the augmented reality piece. However, with our planning tools, if they're doing augmented reality, there's some APIs that we could look at doing. We love the partnerships piece as well.
Yeah, I can see the future of having those augmented reality headsets where you could walk through the building and you could be like, hey, I don't like the bathrooms over here. They need to be over here closer to me because my prostate can't make it that far. That sort of thing, where you can be like, hey, who put this pillar here? Like, what the hell? That sort of thing. And of course, I'd be more concerned about like, what's the view of my office and how big is it?
Right.
So there's that. I mean, you got priorities. You guys also do business intelligence and simplified stakeholder management. Tell us about that in software, please.
So the business intelligence, I guess, is just another way for saying that stakeholder management. It's the when you look from an executive level or management level, you don't necessarily need to get into the granular pieces of the schedule. You just want to know some high level information. Are we on time? How are we doing actual versus budgeted? What are delays? What's causing those delays? So I just need to see that in kind of a simplified, whether it's dashboards or business intelligence tool, so that data is there. So Vision allows us to grab that data, share it for a high level perspective, and also for the schedulers to manage it as well. But really, it's more for kind of the executives. Your stakeholders would be, your owners if they need that information, trade partners as well.
There you go. Yep. There you go. So what have we touched on that you guys offer with your software and how you build it and all that good stuff?
I think we've touched on all the features and functionality. I mean, it's a pretty robust system. I mean, we would spend so much time going into all the weeds, but I think ultimately, if we kind of tag it more of a planning platform versus just scheduling, because there's risk analysis, there's business intelligence, there's so many other things in there that from a planning perspective, resource management as well, which moving people around in materials is important.
There you go.
But,
and getting stuff out on time. You can get 6 months off a project. I mean, if you're building a skyscraper, that's like tens, hundreds of $1 million. And then everyone's happy because you don't want, lawsuits and legal stuff and problems where this person doesn't like that, or this person's saying, well, this person did that wrong, so this is wrong. And plus you could probably help identify problems in the system and in different aspects, and then maybe recorrect for issues that come up.
Yes.
There you go. Well, this is pretty awesome. I love the 4D thing, and it'd be cool, man, if maybe Apple's new headset or other VR, AR, XR, you name it, BR. I don't know what BR is.
Whatever alphabet we can throw at it. Yes.
Whatever alphabet we can throw at it. The Chris Voss Virtual is called CR. I don't know what that means. Anyway, so there you go. Anything more you want to tease out on what you guys are doing before we go?
I think the one thing I guess I missed, one of the things that separates us is we started as a construction company back in 1895. We were a construction company and moved into a tech. So we understand the industry. Our tag is built by construction for construction. But there's some pretty cool things coming on the innovation roadmap that we're not there yet. But obviously AI and some of these other predictive analytics and some things that we're really trying to get in. So like I said, partnerships. We love getting feedback from the construction industry, from our customers and prospective customers as well. So
there you go. And they can reach out to you on your site.
Correct. Well, that'd be the easiest way to contact us.
There you go. Give us that site one more time.
It is Elecosoft.com. And it's not two E's. It's Elecosoft.com.
There you go, guys. Reach out to him and stuff. Well, Dave, this has been wonderful having you and your beard on the show. Thank you for coming.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Chris.
There you go. And thanks to my audience for tuning in. We certainly appreciate you guys, because without you guys for 14 years and 1,400 episodes, we couldn't do this. Actually, we would be probably still doing it because I enjoy the guests we have, but no one else would be listening. But we love you and everything you do and all that good stuff. Be sure to refer the show to your family, friends, and relatives, because you wanted them to be at least as smart as you. Maybe not quite as smart as you, because you guys are the smartest audience ever, but at least get them within a few IQ points of yourself. Go to youtube.com/Chris Voss, goodreads.com/Chris Voss, YouTube and LinkedIn and TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. Of course we will. Bye-bye.